Excellent. So thank you for agreeing to come and sit with us and just have a conversation with me about, well, lots of different things based on your career and what you do there at Enterprise Rent a Car. So if you could introduce yourself, please.
Absolutely. Well, Pierre, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you and connect with some of your students. I am the Talent Acquisition Manager with Enterprise. I have been with Enterprise for 23 years, a very long time. I love my job. I'm amazed by my company every day. I started off in our management program. I promoted into management. I was a manager for quite a few years, and the opportunity to get into talent acquisition, AKA recruiter. I'm a recruiter. The recruiter position became available. They pretty much made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I'm a recruiter. It's slice me, dice me. I've been recruiting and hiring for 20 years. I love what I do for a lot of reasons. Enterprise hires more recent college graduates than any other company in the country. We promote 100% from within. We hire a ton of athletes. I love the transferable skills that athletes have, but specifically my job is to hire the best talent I can for one of the best companies in the world. And I specifically cover Maine, New Hampshire, and part of Massachusetts. I work very closely with my colleges and students and organizations, professors. I've done it all over the years. I've been working with Franklin Pierce back in the Rosemary Nichols days, and I've been real impressed to see just where your school is going. I love what you guys stand for, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to connect with as many Franklin Pierce students as I can, along with sharing just information that I have, because I have been working with college students for so many years. I know the challenges and insecurities they have from an employer's perspective. I really like to try and really just have them overcome those fears so they can be who they are and really show employers what they're able to contribute to an organization. And awesome. I love to talk, which is great when being a recruiter. So,
well, I'm kind of curious as to what it is like being a recruiter for such a international company. Like, tell me what a typical day looks like.
Day to day, recruiting, it's funny because, everybody wants to get into recruiting. And if somebody spent, a day in the life with a recruiter, they see the glam and fun. It's a tough job. It's, when you care about something, you're never going to do it the easy way, because I want to do all that I can. But day to day, my job is to find talent. We at Enterprise, I know that one of the topics you wanted to discuss was Enterprise's culture. What we're all about is people. Our mission statement says, take care of your customers and take care of your employees. And when you do that well, profits and growth will follow. It's all about people at Enterprise. It's about customers and it's about employees. Right now, with what the world is going through, it really becomes a testament to what a company is all about and what is their culture, what are their values, and how truly are they sticking with those during difficult times. I've been recruiting for 20 years, so I was here in 9/11, I was here in 2008, and now I'm here now. And I, at every juncture that the world has had, Enterprise has come out stronger on the other end, and it is because we stand true to our mission statement to take care of our customers and take care of our employees. So my job as a recruiter is to hire the best people that will live and die by our mission statement. What keeps me up at night is if my branches are short-staffed, or if I feel that I'm not able to find the best people that will keep everybody motivated and happy and driving our business forward. And that's why I do what I do, is to uncover every stone, try to get students to believe in themselves so they can go up for opportunities they feel that they might not be qualified for, and show them what they're able to do.
So then what are you
That's
looking
what I do.
Yeah, I thank you. So what are you looking for when you are scouting out colleges and universities, and what are the characteristics that you really value in a college student?
Ethics, integrity, I mean, you can't, there are things that you can learn, there's things that you can't. And at the end of the day, our brands are the most valuable thing that we own at Enterprise. And every one of our employees is going to be a representative of those brands. And ethics, integrity, doing the right thing, having strong character, first and foremost, that is something that is incredibly important. Work ethic, great work ethic, great attitude. Not to get too off topic, but a lot of students feel that when their resume consists of being a landscaper at a golf course, being a roofer, doing manual labor, being a server, and they think, gosh, that doesn't belong on my resume. It absolutely does. Work ethic and attitude are also two absolute non-negotiables for me. And when I see somebody that works hard, that shows me that they're going to work hard. Past performance is the best predictor of future performance. And those qualities are things that I absolutely look for. People skills, great communication skills, something that students now really need to work on in the age of texting, and really the communication skills, professional communication skills is a huge area of opportunity right now, because communication skills really allow you to lead well, to have great customer service. It impacts really the ability to sell. We have a sales culture. It's not a sales job per se. My managers used to argue with me and say, it is a sales job. I've had sales jobs before. My first job out of college was a sales job. And this is not a sales job, it's a sales culture. And I look for folks that are competitive, persuasive, team-oriented, but there's no commission-based or cold calling. I hire folks to run a business, and we're doing all aspects of running a business, sales being one of them, and that's where a lot of my goal-oriented competitive folks, a lot of the athletic transferable skills really come into play. But communication skills are incredibly important. Goal orientation, we require a bachelor's degree at Enterprise. We promote 100% from within based on performance. It's a 9-month training program, and it's kind of a step-by-step program. So hiring folks that have the ability to set goals and have proved to me that they can reach goals. My failures are along the way of reaching goals. I want to see folks try things, and you're not always going to succeed, but the resilience, grit, and determination, go into play with the goal orientation. And competitive in a really fun, healthy, team-oriented way. This is not an all about me job. It's a team-oriented position. I hire folks. One of my favorite core values is that Enterprise is a fun and friendly place where teamwork rules. And I could talk to you so much about every one of our core values and how they've been in play since March 1st. I actually am the recruiter, but I have been driving cars, moving fleets of cars. Finally got to drive my first convertible today, even though it was cloudy and it might rain. I said, I'm taking this top down. But, our cars are one of our biggest assets, and right now they're not all being rented, and we need to make sure they're safe and secure. So the leadership team, the past 2 weekends, we've been driving all over the place, moving fleets of cars. We're a team, we're one team. And, through even challenging times, you figure out how strong is the glue that's holding your team together. And it's been pretty cool over here at Enterprise. So,
and that's really interesting for you to say, because I wanted to ask you about what has changed, if anything, during this time of COVID-19.
Wow, what hasn't changed? Yeah, I've been on more conference calls in the past 2 weeks than I've been on in the past 20 years, I believe. Everything has changed, and I think one of the interesting aspects of COVID-19 is that it seems every 6 to 12 hours it continues to change. And even thinking about how we were viewing business, the world, safety, security 2 days ago versus 4 days ago versus 1 week ago versus 2 weeks ago versus 3 weeks ago, if it's teaching us anything, it's teaching us to be flexible, optimistic, positive, follow the rules, and do all that we can to make a difference. So how has COVID-19 impacted Enterprise? Our kind of focus is Enterprise remains committed to helping frontline responders move forward, and we are considered an essential business, so we are staying open to because we have folks that rely on us. It's interesting because we have folks that used to ride in public transportation that don't want to do that now. So they need to get to work, and they want to, they're renting cars. We have, gosh, probably 3 weeks ago, right after all the spring breaks, all over, the country. We are international, but mostly in the country. This happened that students all of a sudden needed to get home from college. And one of the things that we did was we reduced the age requirement for renting cars. We dropped our young rental fees so students and families could get their students home. We've done the same thing for our government and military folks. So we rent cars. Folks travel. We have 3 segments of business: insurance replacement, which is likely when folks get in an accident or need a replacement vehicle, and their car is being serviced and they need a car. So that's what we started on back in 1957. So insurance replacement has been a big piece of what we do. And then we have our corporate business, our corporate customers. Franklin Pierce is a corporate account of ours. And then we have our retail customers. So our not only airport, but just when folks want to rent a car or have a need for a car for a daily purpose from one of our local locations. The world's shut down, right? And folks are pretty much only traveling when it's essential. So our business has slowed down. We are a family-owned company. The Taylors started our business our company in 1957. We are still owned by 3rd generation. Chrissy Taylor is our president and CEO, and we remain committed for the long-term success for Enterprise. I'm not saying anything negative about public companies, but we don't have to make short-term decisions to appease shareholders. Our focus is for the long-term success, and we're going to make it through this, and business will be different on the other side, but it definitely has changed. We're not renting as many cars. We buy cars, we rent cars, and we sell cars. Cars are our asset that we own, and we can sell them. Cars aren't being sold as much right now either. So it really is affecting us on both sides, but we're able to make a lot of decisions to make sure that we're stronger once we pull out of this. And business intrigues me. For all of you non-business students out there looking at business jobs, I am liberal arts degree, waited tables all through college, sold Yellow Page ads when I graduated from college, and then found Enterprise. Business intrigues me, and I love watching the business of Enterprise and how we have handled so many situations from being a strong national company to an incredible international company, total transportation provider, all of our business lines. And I can't wait to see on the other side of this what we do, because we will be a success story that other folks will do a case study on.
Absolutely. And I recently went down and had the pleasure of renting a vehicle in Keene, and I had a wonderful experience there. But I wanted to ask you 2 things that came out of my experience of renting a car recently, as well as what you were just saying. 2 questions, okay? This wasn't planned. So number one, I noticed that there was a lot of attention to cleanliness and disinfecting and really great, amazing customer service. Talk to me a little bit about what you've implemented for your frontline workers, your managers and trainees when they deal with the public. And on the flip side of that, how does that change can you project to me how your hiring practices or the method in which you'll hire will or might change?
For sure. So back in, I would say in March 3rd, 4th, 5th, I don't even know, right when all of this really started to happen, the first thing we said is, if you're not comfortable coming to work, you don't have to come to work. And if you want to stay home, we'll pay you for 2 weeks. So we offered folks that were uncomfortable working. We did not want to put them in an uncomfortable situation. And of course, if anybody, coughed or was sick and all those things that we know that everybody's doing. We pretty quickly after that, well, then we would of course self-certify all customers, ask them when they were returning on the phone. We do kind of before. We don't want anybody to return a rental without having any questions. So we call customers throughout the process and ask them if they've been exposed, if they've, those self-certified questions. And then we were quarantining cars for 3 days and doing those types of things a couple weeks ago. Well, probably a week after that, things were really progressing, and we decided that we need to really minimize interaction with the public and our employees. So we quit allowing customers to come inside our rental branches, locked the doors, so all of our transactions would be outside, and so to keep that piece as controlled as possible. We started delivering cars, allowing folks to drop cars either at their dealership or their body shop. We would even pick cars up at folks' homes, which, staffing wise presents, a bit of a challenge. But once again, we have to make sure that we are, doing the best and safest things for our employees. Once again, while I've been driving around picking up cars everywhere, to make sure that we are, containing our assets. So then we, of course, everybody, really interesting thing. I'm on conference calls a lot, and we're a large company. We're a $24 billion company, and we have a lot of business partners, and been incredibly impressed, getting our cleaning supplies, our PPE equipment. We obviously have folks that clean our cars, so we have really amazing vendor relationships, and we were able to secure a lot of product to clean and disinfect our facilities, our cars. And I know a lot of folks were really challenged. We never ran out of toilet paper. We were never worried about running out of toilet paper. And that was really nice. I still don't understand that. But anyway, so, we really were able to go above and beyond. We've always had clean cars. Exceptional customer service there's a lot of components that go into that, but we got to always make sure that, car cleanliness goes into our exceptional customer service equation. But the whole disinfecting piece now, we had Ziploc bags for collecting car keys, and just a lot of really cool things to make sure that that we are really as close to having zero contact with any potential germs. And now, we are Monday, today's Wednesday, Monday, we started saying that we need to wear face masks even at work, and of course the social distancing. And this is, interesting, as I mentioned, I've been driving around picking up cars with other folks. And even 3 weeks ago, we have a limit with, in a 15-passenger van, we can only have 4 people, because even in the van driving around, we have to maintain the social distance. You can only have 2 people in a car, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. So that social distancing is something that we have for sure. When we are staffing our branches and doing things differently, we can only have 10 people max per branch, because of the 10-person requirement. And we've been honoring doing that even in our work environment. So everything that really has been talked about as some of the best safety measures to do, we've been implementing. And Enterprise, so as I mentioned, one of my favorite core values is that Enterprise is a fun and friendly place where teamwork rules. So we're doing little fun videos now on making the masks. And in fact, I love pink, and this was I didn't prepare this, but you told me. So I'm going to make a cute little mask out of my pink, and I'm going to learn how to tie it and whatever. And I'm going to be cute in my pink. So I'm trying to have fun with, our face masks. And so those are some of the things that we've done. And, how are hiring going to be changed? About two years ago, we went to a tablet type of interaction with our customers where it's quicker. We could even go out and greet our customers outside. So Enterprise, once again, Business 101, am always amazed that leadership, we are 3 steps ahead of the curve. As we know, nobody could have prepared for this, but the way we were going to having more efficient customer service interactions, a lot of it has really led to make this transition easier. Where are we going to be on the other side? I'm curious to see. You know, I'm an enterprise. We promote from within. We've always hired. We're going to be hiring, and we're going to have some more success stories to show, you know, potential employees why we're such a great company and how we've handled things during, you know, a really challenging time.
Yeah, I mean, everything you've said means you really put your money where your mouth is. And it sounds to me like you're putting your employees first, the health of your customers, the health of your employees first and foremost. And so, wow. Talk to me a bit about the different career pathways that, starting from an entry-level position, what are the different areas that a student or a new entry-level employee may aspire to?
Sure. You know, so our corporate office we're a worldwide company. Corporate office is based out of St. Louis, Missouri. And that's where we have our big campuses out there, a lot of different jobs. How we're broken down is we're broken down into groups and regions around the world. My group consists of Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. We have 3 regions in our group. I work out of Maine and New Hampshire, which is one region, and then we have 4 regions down in Massachusetts. So we have a regional administrative office in Maine and New Hampshire, 1 office in Londonderry, 4 down in Massachusetts, and then we have our group headquarters in Massachusetts. So that's where at our admin office, we have a variety of positions: marketing, our business department, risk management, logistics, a little bit of everything for sure. You know, a lot of folks want to get into marketing. We have marketing firms that work for us. So, you know, we're not a marketing company, but there are marketing aspects to our job. We have our business rental departments, but we also have a lot of different lines of business, from truck rental to car sales, our exotic rental, and there's a lot of opportunities within all of those divisions as well. When pretty much we only hire for 1 position in our management training program, and it's a 9-month training program. Throughout the 9 months, you know, basically you're learning all aspects of running a business. Twice a year, we do what we call an internal career fair, where all of our folks have the opportunity to go and meet with our department heads from our different divisions, our fleet division, and all those other divisions that I mentioned. And that's where you learn about the different career opportunities that are available to you. You know, we're a total transportation provider, enterprise rent-a-car. You know, always will be the most opportunities are within our rental operations. And the training program, the 9-month training program, really is setting you up for success in that area and the other areas. And when you finish the 9-month training program, our promotions are performance-based. You're promoted to what we call a management assistant, and that's when you're eligible to promote into management roles. So within the rental operations, every branch consists of a branch manager, assistant manager, management trainees, interns, and hire folks to run a business, and we do all aspects of running a business. Getting into other departments, you know, we have more sales-based positions, more administrative-based positions, human resources. You know, quite honestly, I tell folks that go as high as you can in rental, because the more successful you are in, you know, the core of what our business is, the better you can support it in other departments. But we have a lot of folks that move around in different positions. You know, being an international company, you know, we have a lot of folks that that transfer with the company as well. I know that especially my colleges that do a lot of recruiting around the country, folks can start locally and, you know, move home to California or Pennsylvania or San Diego. New Hampshire's a great place to work. I specifically recruit for Maine and New Hampshire, so I want folks to stay here. But we have opportunities, you know, all over the place, which is also pretty cool.
Are you currently hiring now?
Yeah, so this is so spring recruiting. As the juniors and seniors out there know, this is go time, right? To look for your internships and look for jobs. As a recruiter, my family pretty much says, "Bye, mom," and we'll see you. We'll see you in May. I'm joking. There's definitely a lot of work-life balance, but spring recruiting is a very busy time for me, and I love it because I do get so involved with my colleges. It went from being incredibly busy to a light switch pretty much going off. I told students, I've been saying this all year, that you guys are in the best job market I have seen in 20 years. And then pretty much within 5 days, they went to being in probably the most challenging job market. So right now what we're doing is we're suspending hiring. We will be hiring again. I have, offers out that we're of course, honoring, and we just need to see, what's happening with, and mostly I'm not going to bring employees into an environment, new employees, when we just need to keep things secure and safe and clean and healthy. And so we're going to be recruiting and hiring as we always have been.
I'm sure you will, absolutely. And so, what is your advice to students or new graduates who have just who are getting ready to graduate in this sort of environment? What do you think they should be doing to keep their skills, to build on their skills, or maybe should they be connecting with you via email or with Enterprise? Should they still continue to apply to jobs? Give us some advice to our new grads.
Yes to all that you just said, Pierre. Absolutely. So I have two children. I have a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I have a daughter and a son. First off, and this really is going to specifically, I think, go more to my males out there. Turn off your video games. Quit playing so many video games, please. It's not going to get you anywhere. I have a lot of professors and career service folks that bring me to their classes because I am a straight shooter, but I'll give you honest feedback. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. People can make excuses or they can find opportunities, right? And true grit comes from challenging times. What are you going to do with those challenging times? Are you going to make the most of it, or are you going to make excuses, right? And quite honestly, I did a presentation to one of my other schools 2 weeks ago, and I was asked to present on corporate culture. Now, this was on that professor's syllabus, November 13th, to be discussed on this date, next semester, before COVID-19, and I was really excited to talk about corporate culture with the new challenges coming on. And students, you all have an opportunity to see how a company handles difficult times. I think this is just an awesome opportunity for you to see the grit, resilience, determination, strategy, flexibility that companies have, right? And we're looking at your grit, resilience, determination strategy, you have the opportunity to see exactly how companies are handling difficult times. You want to work for a great job. The jobs on your resume become your brand. Who do you want your brand to be? And working for a great company is incredibly important. So I'll say that what I'll give you the suggestions are, work on your brand. Don't make excuses. I know that there's a lot of anxiety out there, but there's a lot of anxiety and stressful times in life, and learn how to do it in a controlled environment right now. It's not as busy. I know that one of the things that folks are saying is, I'm bored. And when's the last time you've been able to say that? Because I know that when I talk to students to give them career advice or how to make the most out of the opportunities they have on college campus, they say, I'm too busy. I want to do more, but I just don't have the time. Well, you have the time. Learn some skills, learn Excel, learn whatever it is, research the jobs that you're interested in, and see what the skills are. And if you don't have them, get them, right? Volunteer, make a difference. Who is your brand? What are you going to do? Because there's a lot of opportunities. You know, learn to cook, learn a language, read a book, do something that just enhances who you are as a person. Not only some of those hard skills, but it's, you know, just broaden who you are. Really, you know, I always say the difference between who you are and what you want to be is what you do. So do something. That's really important, you know. So how do you look for a job when definitely the job market is different? So, you know, I'm a huge LinkedIn person, and students, please link with me. I will say, since I've been a driver for the past 3 weeks, I haven't updated much on LinkedIn, but I love LinkedIn. There's a ton of great information on there, and you can look at, you know, companies that are hiring, that we're hiring. You can utilize, you know, talk to your mentors and the folks at Franklin Pierce and see who recruited last semester, see who recruited last year. Do some research on top college recruiters or top employers or recent college graduates. Just because jobs aren't posted right now doesn't mean that if they've historically been a pretty strong recruiter, likely they're going to be a strong recruiter again. And you know, look at those opportunities. There are going to be jobs, you know. And you know, I've once again, students that think, gosh, I didn't get an internship, I couldn't get an internship. First off, I think it's more difficult to get an internship than a full-time job. And, you know, it's going to be curious to see what happens with a lot of internships this summer. Make the most of what you have. You know, if you're working at a pizza shop and you've been working at that pizza shop for 3 years, ask for more leadership opportunities at that pizza shop. Ask to be able to maybe work on ordering or manage somebody or take some responsibility. Make the most of the opportunities that you have. And if you can't find a paying job, volunteer. You can get the exact same skills. I have hired folks that never had a paying job. They might have been an athlete, maybe they whatever, but the skills that they had, they got through volunteering. And so once again, don't make excuses, find opportunities. And there are as many opportunities, if not more, because you're gonna have to work at it right now to really enhance who you are and your skill set.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to reiterate and say brava and bravo to what you've just said. Listen, I want to say thank you so much. And I know this was a very short conversation, but I think we were at least giving our listeners a view into who and what you are in relation to Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And I really appreciate your advice. And we want to invite you on campus as soon as all this is
I cannot wait.
subsided. So thank you so much. Before I go, is there anything else that you may have wanted to say or to get across that I didn't ask?
You know, no, I think I said more than you. I don't know, I'm a talker. You know, I just, students, you know, believe in yourself. Don't let the negative stuff, you know, wear you down or bring you down. You know, do something every day to make you feel good about yourself. Set yourself up for success, and you know, surround yourself with a network of people that help you to believe in yourself and be the best you can be. I know folks, you know, in your generation, you really, it's the social media, you beat yourself up, you compare yourself to others, and you're never good enough. You don't have to be like that one person that you think is amazing. You truly have to be the best you that you can be. And that comes from, you know, I say expect the best, prepare for the worst, and then capitalize on you know, what comes your way. And really just don't be lazy. And my last words are just quit playing so many video games, please.
Thank you. And so I want to say thank you. And what is your website where students or interested, when you want to give that?
Sure. So, you know, to connect with me, LinkedIn, you know, Kimberly Smith, Enterprise. I'm connected with a lot of Franklin Pierce students, and I'm Pierre. I'm connected with you so they can find me through you. Enterprise, enterprise.com/careers, go.enterprise holdings. You know, our website is fabulous. You know, we can chat more at another time, you know, about interview skills and ways to prepare for an interview, which are so important, but really, you know, spending some time on a company's website, but enterprise.com. And there's just, I'm so proud of our company all the time, but it has some great information on career opportunities, jobs, a day in the life, you know, YouTube channels, all the different media that's out there. But also I really encourage students to not look at just the PR stuff that companies put out, but go to Glassdoor, do your research, right? Make sure that you're seeing what's out there about companies. But Enterprise, check us out. It's you know, I love recruiting for Enterprise because folks used to be back in the day, what, a car rental company? Why would I get a degree to rent cars? And it's an amazing company. And I'm really proud to represent it and kind of share our story with folks.
Thank you so much, Kimberly.
My pleasure. Thank you, Pierre. Take care. Stay healthy.
Thank you. You too.